It's been over a decade, and I don't know if you remember being a small child waiting for your next Final Fantasy Versus 13 game to come out, and it never did, and instead it was rebranded as Final Fantasy 15. Well, it is here this week, and for those of you who are fortunate enough, like I was, you may have even gotten your special Collector's Ultimate Edition early. So, let's get started with the unboxing of the Final Fantasy 15 Ultimate Collector's Edition. Hey guys, this is Zaylin from LittleNerdyAX, and you will not believe what I found on my doorstep. Inside of this box is my Final Fantasy 15 Ultimate Collector's Edition. Now, I am very excited for this, so without further ado, let's crack this puppy open. At the top, before we even get to the actual box, postcards provided from Square Enix. Now, for those of you that don't know, Final Fantasy 15's Ultimate Edition was released, or at least announced, in March of 2016. And there was a mad rush to get reservations for it because they only made 30,000 copies. Now, since then, they've added an extra 10,000, and hopefully those of you who wanted it were able to get on the waiting list and will be provided a copy as soon as possible. Now, with that said, let's start opening this thing. Now, before we can even dive into this unboxing, on the very top of the packaging box, Square Enix has provided several postcards with images from Final Fantasy 15. Consider this an extra, like, thank you, from the company. Now, me personally, I'm not a big fan of snail mail, so I probably won't be using these to send anybody anything. In fact, they'll probably become images that I put in frames on my wall. So we have a shiny box here with our information on the back, teen rating, etc., etc. On one side we have, if I'm correct, his name is Agnes. I could be butchering that. I'll find out as I play the game. On the other side we have Noctis and his bodyguard Gladios, and then we have fan favorite Prompto. Not my favorite, but you guys seem to really like him. And then all of our information is on the back as stated before, and there's a logo. And let's move on to the next part. Inside, we have a matte black box. So we have a box within a box. And on the cover of the box, it says Final Fantasy 15. So, here inside of this box was another box. And one of the boxes has what appears to be artwork from Yoshitaka Amano. Now, if I'm correct, this was the piece that was premiered at the Final Fantasy 15 Uncovered event from earlier this year in March 2016. So there we have Noctis. Actually, this figure is not that bad. I've always had a kind of like a small a thing with some of the players' figures because the joints always made the composition of the figures look wrong, weird and dangly. But this actually is a very decent looking figure. His proportions are very defined, and he's sculpted. He's a very nice sculpt. And we have his sword there, we have a spear there, and then we also have he has a stand. So this is definitely going to get posed up somewhere. That's kind of awesome. That's kind of great, actually. And he has some hands there, open hands, closed hands, gloved and ungloved. Yeah, this is pretty awesome. I actually like this. This is pretty cool. This is, all right, Square Enix, you might start to get buying more of your figures. Looking for that Kingdom Hearts one. Anyways, so there we go. So we have that. Maybe I'll put this right here. Now inside, of course, we have the Final Fantasy 15 game. And then also inside is the Final Fantasy 15 Kingsglaive Blu-ray DVD. If you haven't seen our review of the film, because we did see it in theaters, be sure to check it out. It's really good, but you'll see how terrible we are when it comes to remembering names. Okay, so on the next disc, we actually have the soundtrack for Kingsglaive, Final Fantasy 15 Brotherhood, and a sample of the soundtrack from the game. Now, the whole soundtrack is available at the Square Enix store for about $40 American, but regardless, this is a Blu-ray DVD. Now, the thing about this DVD is that once you put it into your PlayStation 4 or Xbox or wherever Blu-ray device you're using, you can be provided a link that you can go on your computer to connect with and download MP3 versions of the songs. So that's really convenient. This is the Final Fantasy 15 art book. I am very much into the style of this game. It's like a Final Fantasy taking place in a modern world, like an art world, stuff with monsters and some magic and stuff like that. But I'm really super excited for this. So I think that concludes this edition of the game. So let's review. On one of the boxes, we have artwork provided by Final Fantasy artist Yoshitaka Amano. We also have the collector's edition Noctis figurine provided by Play Arts, thanks Square Enix, along with, count 'em, 5 postcards with scenes from the game. We also have the game itself, Final Fantasy Kingsglaive Blu-ray movie, Brotherhood on Blu-ray, and a special edition of the soundtracks for the film. And, to top it off, a wonderful art book. This has been Zaylin from LittleNerdyAX, and thank you for watching our Final Fantasy 15 Ultimate Collector's Edition unboxing. See you later, Space Cowboy.
Hi, everybody!
Hello! Thank you for watching our video, and if you enjoyed it, please remember to click the like button below and subscribe for more LittleNerdyAX action in the future. Also, don't forget to leave any comments and share it with your friends. We will see you next time. See you later, Space Cowboy.
Boom, you got that one.